Hello guys, today as we promised, we will continue with Intruder Part 2, Task 12, Extra Mile Challenge. First, we open our Burp and browser. When we are doing this test, we will follow the tutorial that TryHackMe gave us. We will follow these steps one by one. I just want to say something. It's actually an easy one, but if we make something wrong, even if it's a small thing, the whole process is not going to work. So we have to be careful with the details of this part. Okay, Burp is ready. Let's start our process. First step, navigate to this address. Activate Intercept in the proxy module and attempt to log in, capture the request and send it to the intruder. Let's copy it, paste it. We gave random values here and open our proxy and try to log in. Don't say. Come to the proxy and see we have some requests we captured and we have to send it to the intruder. Configure the positions the same way as we did before for brute force the support login. Set the attack type to pitchfork because we will have two parameters to change, username and password, and clear all predefined positions and select only the username and password for files. Our macro will handle the other two positions. There is a macro here. It is a different situation actually. Okay, let's go to the intruder, task, add, and password, add. And make it pitchfork and come to the payloads. To have our payloads, what will they do? Now switch over the payloads tab and load in the same username and password list we used for the support login tag. What is the same password list or username list? We have it here. We will download it again because I closed my browser after I did it the first part. Okay, let's paste it. Let's make it ls and unzip Boston hosting creds ls. Okay, they are ready, usernames and passwords. Okay, we can close it and load. First one is username and second one is password. Okay, the payloads are ready. What is the sorry, go to the 12. Okay, what is the second next step? Up until this point we have configured intruder in almost the same way as our previous credential stuffing attack. This is where things start to get more complicated. With the username and password parameters handled, we now need to find a way to grab the ever-changing login token and session cookie. Unfortunately, recursive grab won't work here due to the redirect response, so we can't do this entirely within intruder. We will need to build a macro. Macros allow us to perform the same set of actions repeatedly. In this case, we simply want to send a GET request to this page, guys. Unfortunately, setting this up is a straightforward process. Switch over the main settings tab at the top right of Burp. Click on Sessions category. Scroll down to the bottom of the category or to the macro section and click Add button. The menu that appears will show us our request history. If there isn't a GET request to this address in the list already, navigate to this location in your browser and you should see a suitable request appear in the list. Let's go to the settings, come to sessions from here and click on Add. As you can see, we have some requests history here. We need a GET request to the admin login page. Do you see? No, there is one, but this method is post method, so it's not suitable for our process. To catch a reliable request with GET method, just come this URL section and click enter again and come to your Burp suite again, and you will see some request history here, but I can't see the status put here. So I will say cancel, and from proxy I will click on forward and come to settings again, cancel, sessions, add. Where did you go? Okay, and as you can see, we have some new values here. HTTP 1010 get, the important thing, admin login, and another important thing is here, guys. With the request that we are going to choose, there has to be a title, session and a sessions ID, okay? And data length will have to be this. You can see some other requests with GET method with the 200 status code, but they are not the correct one for this situation. I'm saying it again. The things that we have to be careful about: method is GET, status code is 200, data length is like that, and title admin login, and there has to be a session parameter here. Okay, after we select it, click OK and create. Then we come session handling rules. Click on add, just give it a new name, it's up to you. Uncheck this part, this box, because we will just use it with the intruder section, and when it comes to the URL scope, use suite scope. It means defined in target tab. Then come to details, click on add, run a macro, make it update only the following parameters and headers, and update only the following cookies. Then edit the first part, write it here, login token, and here you should write session, click on add, then close, then select macro 2 and OK. Run macro to grep CCRF, blah blah blah. OK, everything seems OK now. After all of that, we can close this tab and come to the intruder and start our attack. Click OK. Something is wrong here. Maybe I missed something because the status codes have to be 302, but here I got these 403. Let's check it. If there is a GET request to navigate to the location in your browser, and you should see a suitable request appear in the list. With the request selected, OK. We did it correct. Finally, give the macro a suitable name. Grep CCRF. Is it just only problem here? Giving a name. As you can see, nothing different. Okay. Discard. Come to settings and edit. Grep CCRF. Maybe the name has to be the same with the Grep CCRF. Grep. Okay, and it is Grep CCRF. Okay, there are lots of steps here comparatively speaking, so the following give sessions. Okay, now that we have a macro defined, we need to set session handling rules that define how the macro should be used. Still the sessions category is the main settings. Scroll up the session. Okay, the new rule. Okay, and we will set okay. Fill in an appropriate description. Then switch to the scope tab. In the tools scope section, deselect every checkbox other than intruder. Okay. In the URL scope section, choose use scope, use switch scope. This will set the macro to only operate on sites that have been added to the global scope. SV disk. Okay. If you have not set a global, keep the use custom options as a default and add. Okay. Now we need to switch back our details and rules sections. Click on it. Okay, actually, I can run it again. Okay, again, it's not correct. Discard. Let's make it like that. Settings. Edit. Okay, but then edited this one and scope, use custom scope, add HTTP. What is the IP name of this website? Okay. Is it enough? Yes. Okay. Okay, start attack. Okay. Okay, now it's working. Yes, it should be like that. Okay. As I told you before, there are some important steps here, and if you miss some details, this whole process won't work well. The part that we have missed here, in the URL scope section, choose use switch scope. This will set the macro to only operate on sites that have been added to the global scope, as we discussed in Burp basics. If you have not set a global scope, keep the use custom scope options as default and add this URL to the scope in this section. Okay, most of you guys will have problem with this little line, and you don't have to do this with the use suite scope. You can do it with use custom scope, because maybe you just miss some settings, and but you don't have to go back and configure them. You can just use custom scope, and you can create your own target. Okay, we have some results here, but how can we know which is the correct one? All the status code seems the same. As you can see, when I click on status code, nothing has changed. But when I click on length, as you can see, one of them has the length 624, because it is our correct answer. The other answers has the same length and they are 719, but the correct one is O Bennett with the Bella 1 password. Let's move on with the question: what username and password combination indicates a successful login attempt? The answer format is username and password O Bennett Bella 1. In conclusion, yes, we are done with the intruder rule of Burp suite. Let's talk about it again. There is only one true answer here, and or maybe in some other situations, the true answers, the number of true answers is are less than the number of wrong answers. So when it comes to choose the correct answers, we can check the data length. All seems have the same data length, that 700, but one of them is 600. So one of them is different from all the combinations of payloads that we have sent, and so we can say that, oh yeah, this is our correct answer as a username and as password. We can think like that. That's all for today. Thank you for watching. I wish all of you a nice day, guys. See you later.